Okay, we're back with George E McAvoy with some follow-up discussions on his book, My Father, a Silent Films Pioneer. This time we're going to talk about life with George's mother and his two brothers after his father's death. I understand that you moved to New York. Tell us a bit about what happened.
Well, when my mother was highly insulted with the offer that had been made her, she moved the three children and herself to an apartment in New York near my grandmother. And my grandmother from that time became more or less, my grandmother took care of us during the day, and mother worked at Lord & Taylor's in New York to support the family. So that I was raised in New York City. Basically, we started out in the Bronx, and I went to elementary school in the Bronx, and we moved to Brooklyn, where I went to Erasmus Hall High School, and then we moved from Brooklyn to Washington Heights, where I attended George Washington High School, which was just a couple of blocks from where we lived. But that was New York City.
Now, this was pretty much during the time of the Depression?
Very much the time of the Depression, yes. There was a very difficult time, and jobs were scarce. And lucky enough, my mother was able to supplement income with knitting that she did. She knitted sweaters for Lord & Taylor's, and this is what helped to support the family.
So very much as today, as families are moving back in together to save expenses, there were a lot of relatives that were living with you and your mother and your grandmother, and people coming and going as they needed help.
Well, I can never remember the needed help section, because remember, I was a kid during that time, but
they wanted to definitely share expenses. And
well, the family, there wasn't widespread family, but there was my mother's brothers and sisters that we lived near each other. So
I know that you like to play baseball, and your brothers did too. Tell us a bit about sports and how that related to your lives growing up.
Well, as far as sports go, I loved sports. I loved to play sports, but I had to work, and so I can remember one day watching the high school baseball team and thinking to myself, I should be out there. But then I had to work, so I couldn't be out there. So that was, but my two brothers and I loved sports. My oldest brother, Henry, had a tryout with the Boston Red Sox at Yankee Stadium, and unfortunately, he threw his arm out about that time. And so nothing ever came of it, but he was good enough to pitch in the major leagues.
So, and you went to a summer camp, if I remember correctly?
I don't know how my mother ever brought this about, but the three of us were taken to Lake Delaware Boys Camp, which didn't cost her a dime, and it was a military camp where we had military rituals, and it was strict. You obeyed what you were supposed to do, and it was a great training, and that camp is still in operation today near Andes, New York.
Okay, and when did you, and ultimately all your family ended up moving to Maine? What years was that?
1940. 1940. The family moved to, generally, the oldest brother Henry went to work for the Atchison hotels. Then my brother Dick went, and then I went. So we all got into the hotel business.
Okay, great. Well, thank you very much.